Financial Advice 101. How can you achieve financial freedom? With all my clients, we go through one very important step, and that is goal setting and understanding how to achieve that goal. So to give myself an income of $48,000 a year, which is $4,000 a month, you then need to work out, right, when do I want to retire? If I want to retire at 50, I could potentially live to 100. So I need 50 years of $48,000. Is that really realistic when you're 30 and between now and then you've only got 20 years? Okay, 20 years to save 2.4 million. Realistically, are you going to save 2.4 million in 20 years? Not if you don't earn a fortune. All right, and this is not what this is about. This is about how can the normal person who's not a multimillionaire retire. So what you got to understand is it's either you save into a bank for the rest of your life, which means that you have to retire a lot later and probably on less income, or you make your money work for you and you invest it to then achieve it. Now, if I'm investing my clients' money, we work off a 5% basis. All right. So what I mean by that is that what I'll try and do is I want to build my clients' money to the amount whereby from a 5% growth rate, I can give them $48,000. So if it grows by 5% and I take 5% each year, I don't need 2.4 million. I actually only need 960,000. So 960,000 growing by 5% each year is 48,000. If I take 48,000 from that pot, then I have 960,000. So you have that in perpetuity. All right. So our goal would be to build towards 960,000. But unfortunately, that's the money I need today, not in 20 years when I want to retire. So you've always got to calculate inflation in this. If you don't calculate inflation, then the money that you're going to end up with might be 960,000 in 20 years. However, it's not going to have the same buying power. Inflation is the increase in prices over time. And unfortunately, it happens fast. So this is where you do 960,000 times 1.03 to the power of 20 to represent the years. Okay, that will give us 1.733 million. That is our number. I need to save 1.733 million to try in 20 years on $48,000 a year, inflation proofed. Now, I just want to go back to why goal setting is so important. The reason why goal setting is so important is because you would have had no clue how much you needed to save to give you the income that you wanted in retirement. Okay, you would have done what most people do in this world, which is wing it. You would have saved a little bit here and there. You would have gone on holiday. You would have bought a car. You would have bought clothes or watch, whatever it may be. Okay, and you get to 50 and you'll start panicking. You'll start trying to put away more and more money, but then you've got kids. You've got house needed fixing, you've got to pay off your mortgage. All these things come into consideration, and then you actually reach 60 and realize you don't have any money. The average pensioner in the UK, the average 65-year-old, when they go to retire, retires on £200,000 a year. This statistic was released by the government. £200,000 is the average savings someone in retirement has in the UK. 5% per annum, £10,000 or $12,000-13,000 is not enough to retire on. It's barely living, right? You're struggling day to day. There's no holidays. You're living on beans on toast, right? And it's a problem with the education system in the UK. It's a problem that people are not taught how to save, how to budget, how to invest. This is why I'm doing the podcast, because I want to teach you, okay, how to, at minimum, double that 200,000 figure. And it does not take a lot. Right? So the reason why goal setting is so important, because I can tell you that if your target is 1.7 million, and I'll show you how to do it, and I'll show you how to achieve it in an achievable manner, whereby actually you'd have never realized you could have done it in the first place. That is the power of goal setting. If I told you that it was possible to save 1.733 million, most of you would go, what are you on about? You're crazy. There's no way I'm going to ever have that sort of money. It is achievable. The earlier you start, the better, and I'm going to show you how. So, if I invest my money at 7% per annum for 20 years, how much do I need to save on a monthly basis to achieve 1.733 million? The answer is $3,522 a month. So look, still a lot of money. No one's going to argue that. But what have I done? I've cut the amount I need to save in half, by half. That's insane. Right. Now, my retiring at 50 is a bit of an unrealistic expectation. Okay, a lot of people won't retire at 50. Okay, a lot of people more want to retire at 55, at 60, at 65, right? If you lengthen the amount of time, the amount obviously that you need to invest goes way down. 20 years to stop working is just not long enough, right? In most cases, unless you're earning serious money. But this is for normal, everyday people. So let's say we work until we're 55. If I'm giving myself 25 years to invest, I only need to save around $2,300 a month. So I've slashed it by $1,000. Now, if I work all the way up until I'm 60, well, it's now 1,528. The earlier you start, the less you need to save for the future. Now, if I'm comparing that to my pension in the UK, working all of my life from 20 till 65 for 200 grand, and I've just shown you a way that, look, okay, it's a lot of money, $1,500 a month. Not a lot of people have that. But in a 30-year period, I've given you 1.73 million. So if I actually want to double what you'd get in your UK pension by the time you're 65, so 200,000, how can I replicate giving you 200,000? What can you do right now? But by the time that you're 65, and let's say you just started working, say 20, how much do you need to save? You're going to be shocked. This number is pretty outrageous. If you start at 20, stay invested in a nice growth orientated portfolio from 20 till 65, 45 years, you need to save $60 a month, £60 a month to get 213,000. That's it. I can replicate, or you can replicate, the average savings of a pensioner, someone who's worked their entire life, the amount that's in their pension by the time that they're 65, you can replicate the same amount of money by investing $60 a month. It's insane. So this is why goal setting is so important. This is why knowing your numbers is so important. Because if I told you that for $60 a month, I can give you an extra 200 grand when you retire, double the average person's money when they retire for $60 a month, I bet you 100% you'll stick to it. I bet you that no matter what, you will put away $60 a month. However, if I told you now, okay, you know what? You shouldn't drink so much. Maybe cut back 12 pints of beer every month, save yourself $60, put it away, let it grow, right? Maybe it'll be something by the end, use it to buy something, maybe retire on it, right? You'd be like, what are you going on about? Like, no way. I'm gonna go down the pub, I'm gonna have a good time with my friends, right? Anyone would. But if I said to you that for $60 a month, I can double your money, or double the average money that someone in the UK retires on with part of their with their pension for $60 a month, would you do it? Yes. Okay. Knowing that you're now no longer relying on 10,000, you're relying on 20,000 because you would have got your pension and also this money that you've doubled your money on a monthly and yearly basis, just for $60. So this is why goal setting is so important. If you never have the goal, if you don't know the income that you'll need, you never know what you actually need to do to get to your objective. Okay, it's all well and good someone saying you need to do this, you need to invest, you need to grow your money. But it's like going to the gym and not knowing how to use any of the equipment. It's not, you know that you need to get fit. Everyone knows they need to get fit, but how are we going to do it? And what's my objective? Because if I just say, oh, you know what, I don't look good, that pizza is also quite tempting and I like pizza, I'm going to go have the pizza. You need to set an objective and you need to understand why you're doing it and what the results will be. Because $100 a month or £100 a month for 45 years at 7% is over 350,000. Now, I bet all of you are thinking, I will make $100 work. I will try my hardest to save 100 a month, because I want 350 grand. Who doesn't want 350 grand? For the price of around 20 beers a month. So set your goals and understand what you need to achieve those goals. This is the most important part of any financial plan. It's not what we invest you in. It's not what structure we put you in. It's not, are you rich? Are you poor? It's, we've all got goals. We've all got aspirations. We all need to stop working at some point in time. What do I need to achieve that? What is my number? Understand that, and then you'll be saving with a purpose, and then you'll stick to your plan. You will fail if you do not have a plan, if you do not understand how to achieve that plan and what that outcome will be for you. Okay, so this is part 1 in my series of trying to teach you for financial freedom. Okay, so let me know your thoughts, comment, like, subscribe, and please, please, please set a target, set a plan, understand how to achieve your goal.